years ago. On ChristianMingle.com. And he smiled at me first.
That's true. She was worth a smile. So we talked for a little while, and basically God just said, no, it wasn't time for either of us to date just anyone. So we both kind of got off of there.
We were talking, and I was really kind of starting to like him, but we were talking once, and I think it was one of the conversations where he told me he had never kissed a girl. And I was like, oh, great, Lord, like, this is really gonna work out. And then I tried to add him back when I was like, okay, I feel pretty good about this. Like, I cleaned out that room, I moved out, like, all these things have happened. Now it's all good, and I'm gonna add him back. And I was like, oh, Mich. Nope, not on Facebook at all. I decided I would listen to his music, because he had some songs on YouTube. So I would play one of his songs, and I would dance to it, and then I would pray for him, and I would pray for his wife. And I would just be like, God, just bless him with the best woman ever. Just so he did.
Yeah, he did. I think both of us just came to the point where we hopped back on actually that same website.
What website?
I don't like saying it. We're not a promotional.
And then one day I saw that he did. He didn't smile at me. He just clicked on me and didn't even smile or say anything.
Yeah. Met up again, and we started talking, and
I got excited, and I sent him a message. Mich!
With like 5 exclamation points. Like, very excited. I could tell it in her punctuation. And I like unloaded on her just all kinds of questions.
Random questions.
And in those questions, though, I felt God leading me to be very specific with my questioning. Anytime she'd answer, like the Spirit would just say, ask for this. And so I would.
Yeah, one of the questions he asked me, like, so this is a guy, I'm like, oh, I'm excited, I like him again, maybe it's gonna work out, this is great. And then he asked me, one of the first questions he asked is like, if God asked Jasper, if the Holy Spirit told you to remain single for the rest of your life, would you do it? Do you love him more than you want a relationship? And I was like, and it like stabbed me in the heart. And I was like, Lord, I want to say yes, but I don't feel like I'm living that way. And needless to say, I got on my knees and I repented, and it was like, oh. And I didn't want to answer him honestly. I was like, God, do I have to tell him like I told you? Do I have to tell him? And I just felt like the Holy Spirit said, yeah, be honest. Tell him what you told me.
She'd asked me about ministry in Alaska, because we were talking about just what God is doing and exciting things. And she asked me, what can I do? Or,
how can I help?
Yeah, how could she help?
I thought I would help fundraise or something.
Yeah. And at that moment, I knew I was just going to write, well, you should probably just move here and help. And the Spirit hit me in that exact moment and said, if you send that, you're going to marry her. She's going to move to Alaska, and this is it. If you press enter. And I probably thought about it for about a second and went enter. And so from then on, and that was pretty early on, even in our talkings, because it was just one of the first questions that from there I knew I was going to marry her.
Well, I think I kind of thought that I would marry him from the moment we started talking. I was like, that's it! He is the one! He must be! I've been waiting!
Before she flew down to Texas, and our first official date was on Valentine's Day, and I went ring shopping before she even got down. Like I knew without a doubt that God had led me to her. So I went and purchased a ring and went from there. And then I think 2 days before she came into town, or actually the day you came into town, I think it was. So 2 days before our official date, a friend of mine messaged me and said, I had this dream, and in this dream there was this blonde girl that you, like she was the one, you, like that was the girl for you, and you took her dancing, and I messaged my friend back and said, well, there's this blonde girl coming down to meet me. I'm taking her dancing, on Valentine's Day, 2 days from now. That was my plan. Just ballroom dancing, nothing bad. Yeah, and so she messaged me back all excited and said, well, I saw a picture of this girl that I saw in my dream. And she went to message me the picture and then realized that it was the same girl that I had already been talking and dating. She had never met Jasper, never even heard of her. We weren't official on Facebook yet.
We wanted to meet in person,
right.
The whole world. Facebook world. But I didn't know if he really liked me or not. I assumed he did, because he was flirtatious in like a safe pastoral kind of, like it's a strange experience. He was flirtatious but cautious.
That I felt if I moved back to Alaska, that I would just never get married. And I literally prayed, God, you would have to send someone to me for me to ever get married. And just kind of left it there, like, good luck.
Good luck getting someone to move to Alaska.
Yeah. So, turns out only Canadians are crazy enough to do so.
Canadians, not all Canadians though would even move to Alaska.
That's true.
Canadians think I'm crazy for moving to Alaska. And then you met my dad. You asked permission.
I did. I asked his permission. He said yes, wanted to get rid of her as soon as possible.
Take her.
No, her dad is a really awesome guy. I really liked him, respect him. But he said yes, because I think he felt that God had led that direction as well.
Yeah, like my grandpa. And he's like, so, when's the wedding? And I was like, who are you talking to, Grandpa? And he said, you. I don't know. Like, whose wedding are you referring to? And he said, your wedding. And I was like, I don't know. You tell me. And he says, isn't it in July? And I said, I don't know. Maybe. And I thought, like, he must be thinking it's a different time period or something. Like, I don't know who he thinks I am right now. And then he goes, Jasper, like, did you meet the guy yet? I was just like, what? Like, you are with it, sort of, right now. And my dad told my grandfather, yeah, I think she has met him. And I think this time the good Lord she let the Lord pick him out this time. And it is true.
And I had asked her dad about a place to ask her. And I don't know that area, so I didn't know what he was talking about. He's like, going up to this glacier. I'm thinking, I have no idea where that is. But technically, there's like one road, so could have eventually found it.
So he didn't know where anything was. So he was asking me, he's like, oh, do you know where this like pretty glacier is and things? I'm like, yeah, he is definitely proposing now. Like, I was like, and I have no idea what glacier he is trying to tell me about. So I was like, I'll just take him to a pretty spot.
Yeah.
So I totally knew it was coming. But we had limited time.
We did have limited time.
It had to happen.
And it was a beautiful spot. It was, I don't remember the name of it, but
Kathleen Lake.
Kathleen Lake, yeah. And just drive down a road, and there's this huge lake, and it meets the base of a mountain. And the mountain goes up, just a gorgeous spot. And it was windy and everything, but the moment I wanted to ask, the wind stopped.
I yelled at it, and I said, wind, you stop.
She was getting proposed. So it stopped.
It did. It says we're supposed to command wind.
But it stopped, and I got down on one knee, and she had spent some time with my grandparents. And I asked her, will you marry me? And she responds with,
well...
she did say yes, and I slipped it all the way on, and
I laughed, and I tackled him.
Yeah, and we laid there on the dock in the sunlight for a few minutes just laughing.
Hysterically. I was laughing so hard. No tears, just laughter. You can't cry out of shock when you know it's coming. Oh my gosh! No. This is too weird. Like, let's just laugh about it.
That was kind of it. That was how we got engaged. So, July 4th.
Be there.
Yes, please. That's when we plan on getting married, July 4th. You are all welcome who sees this video. It's in Wasilla, Alaska. Not too far.
It's pretty far.
It's kind of far. But it's worth the trip. And it'll be worth seeing her in that beautiful dress.
I do look good.
I haven't seen it, but I'm just guaranteed.
You just know you have to agree.